Good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning. I'm running a little late, a minute or so. Hi, how you doing? My name's Brian, as you can see right there. Poet, and we're here on my channel. How you doing this morning? Yes, I am running a little late, so y'all will have to forgive me. I didn't wake up till like 10 minutes ago or so. So, I have a show, a regular show for us this morning, and yeah, I'm supposed to be doing a spiel too for it, but ah, good morning, everyone. Yes, I am here, and you're here. It's morning, evening, afternoon, wherever you might be, and yeah, I ain't quite bedhead because I ain't got no hair to have a bedhead with, but I got bed brain. Hey Kathy, hey Pizza, how y'all doing, my friends? So I'm gonna just go ahead and get on with it because I got a regular show produced for this morning. We're gonna see what we're gonna see at the moment. So there it is. All right, this is what we're going to go over today. Yeah, you can tell I'm in rare form this morning. Not there. Now share screen. Here. All right, today we are going over these. First thing we're going over is a Lord Byron poem called Francicia. Then Beauty, Wilfred Owen, one of our war poets. Excuse me, Old Susan, Walter de la Mare, Edmund Blunden of Poor Man Pig's fame, Passing the Chateau, something Valmirtigui, something like that. And then we've got Then and Now, John McCrae, another war poet. And finally, we've only done one by this guy, and here's the second one, Christopher Marlowe. I have many wanton poets. Are we wanton poets? I, yes, of course. He's a freaking awesome poet. And an all around righteous dude. It's too early in the morning. I've got my breakfast biscuit in there waiting, so I'm going to play this right here. Because our very first one from our Lord Byron, and this poem is like really small, really it's like 11 lines, and this very first one is 4 minutes long. I just gotta bring it up here. All right, here we go. While this plays, I am going to go eat on my biscuit, and it's not.
Francisca walks in the shadow of night, but it is not to gaze on the heavenly light. But if she sits in her garden bower, 'tis not for the sake of its blowing flower. She listens, but not for the nightingale, though her ear expects as soft a tale. There winds a step through the foliage thick, and her cheek grows pale, and her heart beats quick. There whisper voice through the rustling leaves, a Francisca walks in the shadow of night, but it is not to gaze on the heavenly light. But if she sits in her garden bower, 'tis not for the sake of its blowing flower. She listens, but not for the nightingale. Our ear expects as soft a tale. There wins a step through the foliage thick.
And he cuts us off. Oh, okay. So, excuse me. That was interesting. So we have our JoJo. Yes, we have our JoJo bananas today. Yes, it's too early in the morning. Way too early in the morning. You're going to end up with a B in the class. You took your seat. Thank God it's over with. C equals degrees. Yeah, I've got to finish up my paper, although my history professor is really cool with how I'm doing my work and everything. So, yeah, that's awesome. B's are great. Yeah. That one needed it. Yeah. So we're going to see what this next one is. A minute and some odd is a little over a minute. So yes, it in 46 seconds. So let's see what's going on here. Lord Bye.
Francisca walks in the shadow of night, but it is not to gaze on the heavenly light. But if she sits in her garden bower, 'tis not for the sake of its blowing flower. She listens, but not for the nightingale, though her ear expects as soft a tale. There wins a step through the foliage thick, and her cheek grows pale, and her heart beats quick. There whispers a voice through the rustling leaves. A moment more, and they shall meet. 'Tis past her lovers at her feet.
That actually sounded like it would probably be a good opener for some TV show. Yeah. Definitely going to have to redo that one. So, an interesting way to start the morning. I oversleep. And that And it's only Tuesday. All right, this is our second 4-minuter of the day. The only other one. So let's just go ahead and get it over with. This is Beauty, Wilfred Owen.
The beautiful, the fair, the elegant is that which pleases us as Kant, without a thought of interest or advantage. I used to watch men when they spoke of beauty and measure their enthusiasm. An old man, seeing setting sun, praised it, a certain sense of duty to the calm evening and his time of life. I know another man that never says of beauty, but of a of beauty, beauty as such. Not even lovers think about it much. Women, of course, consider it for hours in mirrors. A shrapnel ball, just where the wet skin glistened when he swam, like a fully open sea anemone. We both said, what a beauty, what a beauty lad. I knew that in that flower he saw a hope of living on and sing again the roses of his home. Beauty is that which pleases and delights, not bringing personal advantage, can't. But later on I heard a canker worked into that crimson flower, and that he sank with it and laid it with the anemones of Dover.
I'm definitely going to have to run that one through 4.5 or 5.0. Oh boy, that might not be a good sign. Or you just needed to stay in bed. I don't know. What the heck, Joe? Yes, all be well. Joe is losing her marbles. Did Joe have any marbles to begin with? That's the question. I know I'm really hard to find in mine sometimes. They don't rattle around in the old head. So, oh, all right. That was an interesting track now, wasn't it? Let's see what the second one has. it's more of a moderate length. This one's 3 minutes and 13 seconds. So, yeah, let's just see.
Beautiful, the elegant is that which pleases us, says Kant, without a thought of interest or advantage. I used to watch men when they spoke of beauty and measure their enthusiasm one. An old man seeing a setting sun praised it, a certain sense of duty to the calm evening and his time of life. I know another man that never says a beauty but of a horse. Men seldom speak of beauty, beauty as such. Not even lovers think about it much. Women, of course, consider it for hours in mirrors. A shrapnel ball, just where the wet skin glistened when he swam, like a fully open sea anemone. We both said, what a beauty, lad. I knew that in that flower he saw a hope of living on and seeing again the roses of his home. Beauty is that which pleases and delights, not bringing personal advantage comes. But later on I heard a canker walked into that crimson flower, and that he sank with it and laid it with the anemones off Dover. Women, of course, consider it for hours in mirrors, and that he sank with it and laid it with the anemones of Dover.
Well, good evening, Miss Ophelia. How art thou? Kathy likes both, but two fits the poem. Number one, yeah, number one was cool. Jojo Banez likes both, and two is sweet. Not keen on either. Cool. That's why we do what we do. That's pretty cool. All right. So what are y'all thinking so far? This has been an interesting show this morning. And I'm still running late in my own head. So let's go ahead, shall we? This third one is our Walter D. Lemire. Not like that. Like that. Old Susan.
When Susan's work was done, she'd sit with one fat guttering candle lit, and window opened wide to win the sweet night air to enter in. There with stern and wrinkled face, her mild eyes gliding very slow across the letters to and fro, while wagged the guttering candle flame in the wind that through the window came. And sometimes in the silence she would mumble a sentence audibly, or shake her head as if to say, "You silly souls, to act this way." And never a sound from night I'd hear, unless some far-off cock crowed it clear, or her old shuffling thumb should turn another page, and rapt and stern, through her great glasses gone near, she'd glance into reality and shake her round overy head. With you, I thought you was in bed. Only to tilt her book again, and rooted in romance remain.
Interesting show so far today. Lots of different sounds, sort of, ish. What do you think? Well, while you ponder that, I'm going to go ahead and play the second version of that. Old Susan, Walter de la Mare.
When Susan's work was done, she'd sit with one fat guttering candle lit, and window opened wide to win the sweet night air to enter in. There, with a thumb to keep her place, she'd read with stern and wrinkled face, her mild eyes gliding very slow across the letters to and fro, while wagged the guttering candle flame in the wind that through the window came. Sometimes in the silence she would mumble a sentence audibly, or shake her head as if to say, "You silly souls, to act this way." And never a sound from night I'd hear, unless some far-off cock crowed clear, or her old shuffling thumb should turn another page, and reality and shake around old silvery head. With you, I thought you was in bed, only to tilt her book again and rooted in romance remain.
Yep, number 2 is better than 1, but why do I want to redo it? I don't know. We'll figure it out. And good evening, Netmaster. How is it going, kiddo? Or kiddo Kia? How are you doing? Are you having techno thetans too? They happen sometimes. So yes, pizza has spoken. All right, so here's the part where I need to tell y'all we're back up to 454 with the liking and subscribe with the subscribing. But the more important thing is this: fair use. Everything we do here is under fair use and mostly in the public domain. And yes, the liking and subscribing, because we're back up to 454. Yay! How long will it last? Will we go up from there or back down? Who knows? You'll find out when I find out, because I'll be sure to tell you. Oh, the subscriber anxiety games continues. Oh, you gotta make light of it somehow now, don't you? Alrighty. Let's go ahead and go on with the latter half of the show. This is our poor man, the Edmund Blunden, a poor man's pig fame, with Passing the Chateau.
And all her silken flocks with garlands dressed. But we are coming to the sacrifice. Must those flowers who are not yet gone west, may those flowers who live with death and lice, this must be the floweriest place that earth allows the queenly face of the proud mansion borrows grace for grace, spite of those brute guns lowing at the skies. Bold great daisies, golden lights, bubbling roses, pinks and whites, such a gay carpet, poppies by the million, such damask, such vermilion. But if you ask me, mate, the choice of color is scarcely right. This red should have been duller. This must be the floweriest place that allows the queenly face of the proud mansion borrows grace for grace. Spite of those brute guns lowing at the skies, bold great daisies, golden lights, bubbling roses, pinks and whites, such a gay carpet, poppies by the million, such damask, such vermilion. But if you ask me, mate, the choice of color is scarcely right. This red should have been duller.
You're not the only one. Yeah. I'm going to have to run that one through 5.0. Such a gay carpet, yes. But still, that was interesting. It wanted to be kind of a jazzy big band thing. Huh. Maybe I should make it like Jazz Fantasia or Jazz Fantastic. Whatever that Carl Sandburg one that we all like. Maybe I should make it like that one. I don't know. Before we jump to any more conclusions, because this show's been interesting. Lots of ones I want that are cool, but I want to redo. I don't know. Let's figure out what the second. Let's listen to the second one. Because that one was really confusing. Because it was like and then it was like, oh wow, this is cool. And then went back to oh wow, this is cool. Maybe it kind of fits with the imagery. I don't know, because click on that link and read the description, and
And all her silken flanks with garlands dressed. But we are coming to the sacrifice. Must those flowers who are not yet gone west, may those flowers who live with death and lice, this must be the floweriest place that earth allows the queenly face of the proud mansion borrows grace for grace. Spite of those brute guns lowing at the skies, bold great daisies, golden lights, bubbling roses, pinks and whites, such a gay carpet, poppies by the million, such damask, such vermilion. But if you ask me, mate, the choice of color is scarcely right. This scarcely right. This red should.
Yes, we've had a very interesting show so far today now, haven't we? Yes, and Kaleidoscope. Echo, you showed up at an interesting time. Thank you for showing up. And yes, I am so looking forward, and thank you for reminding me to doing this on Saturday, 7 p.m. You know I'll be there. I'll be there because I got some interesting stuff to share with y'all. And I'm looking forward to it. All right, so what do you think about that? Yes. Oh, I don't know. 2 is better than 1, but 1 wanted to be something more. I don't know. We'll figure that part out later. Yes. 2 is better. But why do I want to run both of them? Redo both of them. I don't know. Yes, I think as time has worn on and me using this more, I'm like, I can do this with that one. I can do that. It just goes to show you, once you use something more and more, you learn how to use it better. All right, this is our John McCree one, our other war poet. Do or do not. There is no try. Oh, no. You. Oh, yep. Oh, then and now, John McCrae.
Beneath her window in the fragrant night, I half forget how truant years have flown since I looked up to see her chamber light, or catch perchance her slender shadow thrown upon the casement. But the nodding leaves sweep lazily across the unlit pane, and to and fro beneath the shadow eaves, like restless birds, the breath of coming rain. Creeps lilac laden up the village street, when all is still as if the very trees were listening for the coming of her feet, that come no more yet, lest I weep the breeze. Sing some forgotten song of those old years, until my heart grows far too glad for tears. Creeps lilac up the village street, when all is still as if the very trees were listening for the coming of her feet, that come no more yet, lest I weep the breeze. Sing some forgotten song of those old years, until my heart grows far too glad for tears.
Yeah. Hey, Antics. Good morning. I'll have to check that one out. And remember, this is for Echo's thing on Saturday. I'll be there because I have no real life most of the time. Sorry. I know how it is. No. Thanks for showing up at Antics. Carl Sandburg. I have to check that one out. Chicago. Because we like Carl Sandburg around here. Jazz Fantasia and a couple others. Yeah. Yeah, Baby Vamps. That's another one of his. Oh, I'll have to check that one out. All right. That was the first version of that one. And this show has been interesting. Very interesting this morning. It's been all over the place from heavy stuff to that. Yeah, it's been all over the place.
Beneath her window in the fragrant night, I half forget how truant years have flown since I looked up to see her chamber light, or catch perchance her slender shadow thrown upon the casement. But the nodding leaves sweep lazily across the unlit pane, and to and fro beneath the shadow weaves, like restless birds, the breath of coming rain. Lilac laden up the village street, when all is still, as if the very trees were listening for the coming of her feet, that come no more, yet lest I weep the breeze. Sing some song of those old years until my heart grows far too glad for tears.
Yeah, don't I know it? So check. Y'all might need to check. I don't know. Like I said, I'm trying to make fun out of the subscriber anxiety games. You know what I mean? You just finished your third. I'm halfway through. Well, this is technically like at least 3 cups because it's like 20 ounces. You know, and no, two, two and a half. It's still 1 cup. Ah, we don't care about technicalities around the house. Good morning, Antics. Did I say yes? I said good morning. You are ready. And then there's the thing for that. Well, if I was in the area. Okay, so we're on our last track for today. This has been an interesting show. Borderline painful. A couple cool ones. So, yeah, for a Tuesday, I'm not going to bitch too much. And I still got to fucking work on my paper still. Yes, I know, Kathy. I'm sort of on schedule. Yeah. I'll update y'all with an update tomorrow. Hopefully it'll be like, I finished it and turned it in finally. Also, Thursday, no show. I'm taking my buddy to an appointment in the morning. Only one right now, so hopefully it'll be an early day because I'll have other work I got to do, like my annotated bibliography for my rhetoric class. But that's a different story. On. Well, technically, was it 8 ounces in a cup or is it 4? I forget. I'll go 8. It's all good for Tuesday. Yeah. I know. I've been talking with my my history professor. I've been like in dialogue with my history professor on this paper since basically the beginning of the class. So it's the other. I don't know. He was in a freaking tizzy yesterday about AI, and I'm like, because he was accusing the students of using it too much, and it's really confusing because some of these are like education majors and stuff, and they're encouraged to use it in some ways. But history can be boring, and I'm like, you got to make it fun. These kids need to take some intro to creative writing classes. Yeah, that's all I'm going to say. All right. Now, yes, YouTube be YouTube. All right, this is our only second. No, not exactly that. It's like apparently there's a style that that AI does, and like I'm like, what are you doing, Phil? He's trying to scratch a hole in my bed. Quit that. Dogs. Hey, we were looking at videos of robots, and hey, if in about 5 years, if you have a couple $100,000, you'll be able to buy yourself a freaking robot servant. Welcome to the world of Isaac Asimov. All right, yeah, it was an interesting class yesterday. In that, yeah. Oh yeah, and also, yeah. All right, let's do this. Yeah, it's the real deal. But we like AI music around here because it makes these poems really cool. So yeah, I'm of two minds about AI. I like using this as a tool for entertaining and all that stuff. And honestly, if something I did, some live band wanted to redo it, I'd be more than happy. So if y'all know anybody out there who might want to cover some of this stuff, get them in touch with me, and we'll see. Now, here we go.
Poets, pleasant wits, musicians that with touching of a string may draw the pliant king which way I please. Music and poetry is his light. Therefore I'll have Italian masks by night, sweet speeches, comedies, and pleasing shows. And in the day when he shall walk abroad, like sylvan nymphs my pages shall be clad. My men, like satyrs grazing on the lawns, shall with their goat feet dance the antic hay. Sometime a lovely boy, Indian shape, with hair that gilds the water as it glides, crownets of pearl about his naked arms, and in his sportful hands an olive tree, to hide those parts which men delight to see, shall bathe him in a spring, and there hard by, one like Actaeon peeping through the grove, shall by the angry goddess be transformed, and running in the likeness of an hart, by yelping hounds pulled down shall seem to die. Such things as these best please his majesty.
That one's going to need to be longer because that was cool. It started out weird, cool weird, and then it got better and better. Oh boy. Too bad pizza ain't here. I'll put a few cookies in those. Yeah. Cookies for breakfast. Trash day's Thursday for me, and I haven't generated enough. That'll be like next week for me. I agree. The human touch is a lot better when it comes to certain things. Like, you'll never catch me with a robot girlfriend, I'll tell you that much. I'd rather be lonely the rest of my life. Like, there are some people out there that, use it AI for companionship to talk to. I'm like, I would rather talk to my dogs. They just look at me like I'm stupid and they keep me grounded. Because most of the time, especially if you're like using it as a sounding board or something like that, it likes to be like, it's like humans. It wants to be liked. And I know I'm a human and I want to be liked. Speaking of liked, if y'all watched the poetry reading we did the other night, I workshopped that one poem, Drone on the Hypnotist, and it got a really good response. And they told me really to lean into the Southern in it. So I totally rewrote it and put in dialect, and tried to make it more dialectical. So we'll see about that one later. You have an amazing day too, because we're on our last track, but I'm gonna play some after that. We'll go for another 15-20 minutes after that. So let's go ahead and play the second version of I Must Have Wanton Poets. Christopher Marlowe.
Must have wanton poets, pleasant wits, musicians that with touching of a string may draw the pliant king which way I please. Music and poetry is his delight. Therefore I'll have Italian masks by night, sweet speeches, comedies, and pleasing shows. And in the day when he shall walk abroad, like silver nymphs my pages shall be clad. My men, like satyrs grazing on the lawns, shall with their gold feet dance the antic hand. Sometime a lovely boy in Dion's shape, with hair that gilds the water as it glides, roundlets of pearl about his naked arms, and in his sportful hands an olive tree, to hide those parts which men delight to see, shall bathe him in a spring, and their heart by one, like Actaeon peeping through the grove, shall by the angry goddess be transformed. And running in the likeness of an hart, by yelping hounds pulled down, shall seem to die. Such things as these best please his majesty. Such things as these best please his majesty.
Well, my friends, you heard water and you heard antics. Okay, might be the nymphs there. Yeah, Sylvan. You heard antics and water and gilded hair. Cool. Maybe I'll give this one like we call the antics treatment. Make it a surf one. We'll figure that one out. Maybe it'll work as a surf one. Thanks, antics. Because I'm figuring, like, we hit a couple cool tracks today, which, hey, but a lot of them needs to be done. I'm behind on things because I haven't even taken any notes. So, no notes for today's show. So let's play a couple. A couple what? Let's play a couple tracks. Which tracks? Cool ones! Like, you guys are going to love this one because this is your favorite. Bookends, number 1, Tony Harrison.
Bake the day she suddenly dropped dead. We chew it slowly, that last apple pie. Shocked into sleeplessness, you're scared of bed. We never could talk much, and now don't try. You're like bookends, the pair of you, she'd say. Hog that great, say nothing, sit, sleep, stare. The scholar me, you worn out on poor pay. Only our silence made us seem a pair. Not as good for she not here to tell us we're alike? Your life's all shattered into smithereens. Back in our silences and sullen looks, for all the scotch we drink, what's still betweens? Not the 30 or so years, but books, books, books. You're like bookends, the pair of you, she'd say. Hog that crate, say nothing, sit, sleep, stare. The scholar me, you worn out on poor pay. Only our silence made us seem a pair. The scholar me, you worn out on poor pay. Only our silence made us seem a pair. Not as good for staring in blue gas. Too regular, each bud, each yellow spike. At night you need my company to pass, and she not here to tell us we're alike. Your life's all shattered into smithereens. Back in our silences and sullen looks, for all the scotch we drink, what's still between? Not the 30 or so years, books, books, books.
This is the field where the battle did not happen, where the unknown soldier did not die. This is the field where grass joined hands, where no monument stands, and the only heroic thing is the sky. Birds fly here without any sound, unfolding their wings across the open. No people killed or were killed on this ground, hallowed by neglect and an air so tame that people celebrate it by forgetting its name. This is the field where the battle did not happen, where the unknown soldier did not die. This is the field where grass joined hands, where no monument stands, and the only heroic thing is the sky. Birds fly here without any sound, unfolding their wings across the open. No people killed or were killed on this ground, hallowed by neglect and an air so tame that people celebrate it by forgetting its name.
That was a good palate cleanser, wasn't it? All right, so let's go on. Let's go on and going on here. Let's see here. You still trying to give Irish a run for her money, huh? It definitely sounds yummy. Yes, I really like that track. That last track there is freaking great. It's like one of the closest things I've ever gotten sounding like a Tool song, you know. That it's got that progressive. I like that heavy progressive style on that one. All right. Let's play this one. Fairyland, number 4. William Shakespeare.
Where the bee sucks, there suck I. In a cowslip's bell I lie. There I couch when owls do cry. On the bat's back I do fly.
under the blossom that hangs on the bough.
I have run my course and seek the pearls. My psyche fain would drink at Mermelin and rest content in wine and nectar cup. Who knows but that the gods have found me whole, and in their stewardship of man would bless the sweating lover fickle man once knew. I know that I might pull the tendon bands that hold my soul soul together a might bend. Each nerve and muscle, spirit fain would keep, that I might hear the maddening cheers of men, who when the morrow dawns forget the games and cast instead the dice in marketplace. But I have found sweeter peace than fame, and in the evening dwell on heights divine. Betwixt my lips a rose from Cupid's hands, upon my brow the laurel belvedere entwines from tree beside the throne of Zeus. And flowing from my speech Athene's words dip long in wisdom's fount to heal the soul. Sweeter peace than fame, and in the evening dwell on heights divine. Betwixt my lips a rose from Cupid's hands, upon my brow the laurel belvedere entwines from tree beside the throne of Zeus. And flowing from my speech Athene's words dip long in wisdom's fount to heal the soul.
That one brings a tear to the eye. That one's beautiful. So what are y'all gonna do today? I don't know what I'm gonna do today. Oh yeah, I got work to do. We'll figure it all out. I'm gonna play a couple more. Let's liven things up a little bit, shall we? I just gotta find the right freaking folder. Not that one. Here, let's get a little funk going. Some heavy psychedelic progressive funk. Thus the Main glideth, Robert Browning.
Thus the Main glideth where my love abideth, sleeps no softer, it proceeds on through lawns, on through meads, on and on, whatever befall, meandering and musical, though the hugged pasturage bears not on a shaven ledge aught but we
weeds and waving grasses, to view the river as it passes, safe here and there a scanty patch of primroses, too faint to catch a weary bee and scarce it pushes its gentle way through strangling rushes, where the glossy kingfisher flutters when noon heats are near, glad the shelving banks to shun, red and steaming in the sun. Where the shrew mouse with pale throat burrows and the speckled stoat, where the quicksand pipers flit in and out the marlin grit that seems to breed them brown as they not disturbs its quiet way. Save some lazy stork that springs, trailing it with legs and wings, whom the shy fox from the hill rouses creepy ne'er so still. Disturbs its quiet way. Save some lazy brook that springs, trailing it with legs and wings, whom the shy fox from the hill ruses creepy ne'er so still.
This level reach of blue is not my sea. Here are sweet waters pretty in the sun, whose quiet ripples meet obediently, a marked and measured line, one after one. This is the sea of mine that humbly lays on troubled sands spread glittering and warm. I have a need of wilder cruel ways. They sicken of the calm who knew the storm. So let a love beat over me again, losing its million desperate breakers wide, sudden and terrible to rise and wane, roaring the hills upon a reckless tide that casts upon the heart as it recedes splinters and spars and dripping salty weed. This level reach of blue is not my sea. Here are sweet waters pretty in the sun, whose quiet ripples meet obediently. A marked and measured line, one after one. This is no sea of mine that humbly leaves untraveled sand spread glittering and warm. I have a need of wilder, crueler waves. They sicken of the calm who knew the storm. So let our love beat over me again, losing its million desperate breakers wide, sudden and terrible to rise and wane, roaring the heavens apart, a reckless tide that casts upon the heart as it recedes, splinters and spars and dripping salty weeds.
All right, my friends, especially y'all that have kept with me this entire hour and a half. I'm going to play one more track because I got stuff to do. You guys probably got stuff to do, or you need to recover from doing the stuff y'all did earlier. Yeah. I hope that made sense. Oh, boy, I amuse myself so easily sometimes. Oh, Lord. What the hell is wrong with me? Nah. All right. Thanks, my friends. Just remember, everything we do here under fair use, and I hope mostly pretty cool and entertaining, but more important, go out there and have that awesome day, or if you had an awesome day, have an awesome night. Because, all we got's each other, and, wow, sometimes that's scary thinking about that, ain't it? All right, I am going to play one more. It's partially for my own inspiration. It's a cool track, and it's a blood pumping for a Tuesday. So yes, here, go here, and here. This is the track that put me on the journey I'm on now. Y'all know what it is. Y'all love it. I love it. Warren's Address. John Pierpont.
Let rain and die on hell.
comfy. In the God of battles trust. Die we may and die we must. But where can dust to dust be consigned so well as where heaven its dew shall shed on the martyred patriot's bed, and the rocks shall raise their head of his deeds to tell.
All right, my friends. Thanks for sticking around. I'm going to try to get something done today. Whether I do or not, we'll find out. And I'll tell you all about it tomorrow. Same time, same channel. Might just do a random playlist since it will be Wednesday. And then this weekend, we got the Suno Showcase on Kaleidoscope of Happiness with old Echo hosting. And in the meantime, y'all go out there and have a good one. If y'all had a good one, I hope y'all have another good one later. I am going to go do stuff.